My name is Marc Bouteyre. I'm part of Equinox as a product management team for SD and NFVI. My responsibility is head of SD and NFVI within Equinox portfolio. So Equinox is a very well-known optical company which have purchased WAN Access, which is also a well-recognized brand into the access routers. And part of that transition and this integration from a service provider landscape, the interest is to provide an end-to-end portfolio from the L1 up to the L3. In regards to my job, WAN Access have deployed some uCPE platform and delivering their own middleware and management suite, which is very fitting for service provider. The intent behind that is really to give them a true automation and to facilitate the deployment of new services. We are showing at the same time the value of our NFVI, but also of all the management suite, which can be used or not by the service provider, as we are providing open API on all our platform in order for them to choose where they want to make this point of integration. And what we are showing today is really how we can deploy on the uCPE zero-touch SD-WAN services with a single point of activation, which is very important for service provider in order to not complexify their OSS, BSS, and their deployment model. So from a market perspective, we start to see the uCPE market rising. We have more and more demand from the service provider. We have been recently awarded on several contracts with service provider, which start to build service offer. But it's true that it's more the managed service provider, which are for the moment focusing on this market. SD-WAN is definitely a good trigger because it will leverage the needs of uCPE, especially for the integration of other services than SD-WAN, right? So the famous consolidation of the appliance on the edge, but it's already a good starting point from a market standpoint. From a customer standpoint, the interest of universal CPE approach is both, right? First, they are much more agile in terms of deploying new services, and I think that's really something that end customers now are looking to be able to choose more easily the services they want to deploy. It gives them also more reactivity to new technology because you can suddenly deploy new VNF much more simpler than before than purely sending new appliance. And also what is of importance, we start to see the discussion between the service provider and the IT team of the customers is how will they share this kind of platform to host some of their services. So market like retails and this kind of specific market where they don't need a very high-end type of servers, but they need also a repository place, give also a very good place for service provider to support their customer in this migration to digitalization.